A winter storm finally winding down across parts of the Bluegrass State. We'll look back at snow totals and look ahead toward the weekend coming up.
When the snow fell today, it quickly caused problems on the roads. Hear from drivers who say they ran into travel troubles. A former treasurer of a Kiwanis club in central Kentucky has been charged with stealing thousands of dollars from it. What the organization's president told us tonight.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good evening to you. Tonight, the snow is finally tapering off across Kentucky, but parts of the state picked up several inches today, especially east of Lexington, and that caused problems on the roads. We want you to check the bottom of the screen for the updated school closings and delays list. We begin our First Alert Weather Team coverage tonight with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Amber. Absolutely wild weather day again. March so far 3 for 3 in terms of some wild weather days across the region. Those live sky cams showing the tail. Look at eastern Kentucky, Moorhead, Campton. We've got a lot of snow on the ground here. Not so much across central Kentucky from Florence down to Lexington and London. To the west of us, almost nothing showing up. Frankfort, Louisville, and Elizabethtown. We did pick up in Lexington a couple of inches of snow on the east side of town. Nothing compared to the stripe of very heavy snow that set up for a time this afternoon. I've had reports out of parts of the Morgan County area into Magoffin County of 8 inches of snow. Even had one 9-inch snow report. And again, that is in a very narrow corridor. Areas in red picked up greater than 3 inches of snow with some hot spots of 6, 7, 8, and 9 inches. Absolutely incredible when you consider you go 50 miles to the south and southwest of that, nothing on the ground across the majority of central and southern Kentucky. Where we have snow on the ground, you can really see that on the temperature map. It's 32 degrees or a little colder. Where we've melted a lot of the snow, Lexington Metro, 34, 35 degrees. So overnight, even into eastern Kentucky, where you have still several inches of snow on the ground, it is so wet, you know what's going to happen? It's going to continue to shrink tonight. It's compacting into the overnight and will slowly begin to melt away. One more little band of maybe some flurries or sprinkles coming your way early tomorrow morning, but a lot of clouds that we're going to fight as we go into that Friday forecast. It is a cold day. Remember, it's March, should be in the 50s. We'll hit the low 40s tomorrow afternoon with a hint of some sunshine. Working for the weekend. It's more than a song. We'll focus on the weather aspect of that weekend forecast when I come back at 11:13.
All right, Chris, we will see you then. Thank you. Many roads in Rowan County are still snow covered tonight. Snow started falling during the afternoon, and Rowan County schools dismissed later than usual because of it. Garrett Weimer talked to drivers around Moorhead tonight. He continues our First Alert Weather Team coverage.
The snow may not be piled up high, but it was enough to cause problems for drivers across Rowan County and eastern Kentucky, turning streets slick and causing a number of wrecks on the roads.
Well, it was snowing on my way home, and the snow was starting to stick towards the road. I don't think the roads were treated very well yet, so it was a little bit slow in coming home. I was averaging probably 50 miles an hour on the interstate. That's what I felt comfortable driving.
Kentucky State Police say a 2-car crash caused injuries on Route 60 near Lakeview Heights. The county's emergency management director says he had reports of several fender benders, but no major accidents. Rowan County schools took precautions at the end of the school day, holding the buses for about an hour, I'm told, until road crews had a chance to get the streets in better shape.
But from Portsmouth,
John Whitaker is a professor at Shawnee State University in Portsmouth, Ohio. He says his drive home to Rowan County in the winter weather was nothing short of treacherous.
I was probably one of the slower people on the roads. I've had an accident once before, and I think I'm a little bit more tentative than most people are when driving in the snow now.
After this, if they weren't already, drivers and county leaders alike say they're ready for spring. In Rowan County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
I think we all probably are. Interstate 64 in Montgomery County had to be shut down for a while this afternoon because of the snow. Many cars crashed or slid off the interstate around Mount Sterling. One man told us he was on his way home from work when the road started getting slick. Before long, he says his car ended up in a ditch.
I have bald tires, but my front tires were really bald. I switched them to the back yesterday, and then it started snowing today, and it just kept on kicking out on me, and I lost control of it.
All lanes of Interstate 64 in Montgomery County reopened by 4 this afternoon. Police say no serious injuries were reported in any of the crashes there. Deputies in Johnson County asked people to stay off the roads after several inches of snow fell there. The snow quickly stuck to many roads once it started falling this afternoon. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office says deputies were busy today working crashes caused by the weather. Johnson County schools are among the school districts closed tomorrow, but students will have a non-traditional instruction day. Some of you have been sharing your pictures of the snow with us. James took this picture in the northern part of Magoffin County. He says he measured 3 to 4 inches of snow there. Jim in Menifee County also sent a picture to us. He says he also measured about 3 or 4 inches of snow in Frenchburg. You can track snow and the latest traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. Download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. The 4 remaining Republican presidential candidates gathered for another debate tonight, and it turned nasty at times. Many of the attacks were focused on frontrunner Donald Trump. Weijia Jiang has more on tonight's debate from Detroit.
I'd like to ask you a policy question.
The GOP debate on the Fox News channel quickly turned into a shouting match.
Don't worry about it, little Marco. I will.
All right, well, let's hear Big Don. Donald.
Don't worry about it, Don't worry about it, little Marco.
Gentlemen.
Marco Rubio was asked why he's gone negative in recent weeks.
If there's anyone who's ever deserved to be attacked that way, it's been Donald Trump.
He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small. I guarantee you there's no problem. I guarantee it.
Ted Cruz accused Trump of bankrolling liberal politicians.
Donald Trump has written checks to Hillary Clinton not once, not twice, not 3 times, 10 times.
The last person that Hillary Clinton wants to face is Donald Trump.
Not only did Trump field attacks from inside the Fox Theater, but outside, a huge group of protesters chanted, "Dump Trump."
Dump Trump, dump Trump. We know that Donald Trump is in there, and he's no good.
This is cleaner than Trump. It's not vulgar like Mr. Trump is.
John Kasich chose to emphasize his own record.
People say everywhere I go, you seem to be the adult on the stage.
The candidates are vowing to challenge Trump all the way to the finish line. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Detroit.
At the end of tonight's debate, Cruz, Rubio, and Kasich all said they would support Trump if he ends up being the Republican nominee. Kentucky Republicans will choose their presidential candidate Saturday during a caucus. As results are first released at 7 Saturday night, join WKYT political editor Bill Bryant and myself for special coverage here on WKYT and on WKYT.com. We have a complete guide to understanding the Kentucky Republican caucus, including information on how to find your caucus location. New tonight, 2 protesters who were at Donald Trump's Louisville rally on Tuesday have filed police reports. Both claim they were punched and shoved by Trump supporters in the crowd. One of the incidents was caught on video. Louisville police say they're investigating and trying to identify the people responsible for punching and shoving. Tonight, state police have arrested a Madison County woman they say stole $33,000 from the organization she worked for. They say 56-year-old Laura Noble used to be the treasurer of the Richmond Kiwanis Club. Police say she stole the money over a 5-year period. New at 11, Monique Blair talks to the organization's president.
Very much a surprise. Yeah, total surprise.
Shortly after Joan Klein became the president of the Kiwanis Club of Richmond late last year, she noticed some discrepancies in the club's funds. So she asked state police to investigate. But she already had a suspicion as to who was responsible.
Of course, we knew who was in charge of the funds. So basically, yes.
Lori Noble was the club's treasurer since she joined the club 5 years ago, and police say Noble had been embezzling from the club for 5 years. Noble was arrested and taken here to the Madison County Detention Center, where she is charged with theft by unlawful taking over $10,000.
It breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. We loved her so much.
Klein says she's not sure why Noble stole more than $33,000 from the club, but she never would have suspected her of stealing from a club that sole purpose is to help improve the lives of others.
I would have trusted her with my life, you know, just... Anyway.
Although the club will be starting over financially, Klein says the public services it offers will not be affected.
Our club will continue. They're very supportive. They're ready to go and do service and keep going.
In Madison County, Monique Blair, WKYT.
The Kiwanis Club of Richmond says it has now put new measures in place to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. There are new developments in the case against a man accused of causing a crash that killed 5 people in 9 minutes, while the victims' families say they feel a huge relief. And then we have a better idea tonight of when a stretch of Interstate 75 in Tennessee closed because of a rock slide could reopen.
Stay safe this severe weather season with a Midland Weather Radio and WKYT. Come to the Kroger on Richmond Road Friday from 4 to 6:30 to get your radio and meet Chris Bailey, keeping you safe this severe weather season. That's what we stand for. Kentucky mornings start here. Breaking and overnight news, weather to plan your day, plus traffic you can take with you. Make WKYT This Morning part of your Kentucky morning. Weekdays from 4:30 to 7 on WKYT.
Are you tired of juggling your finances and can't afford those remodeling projects?
Surplus Sales has laminate flooring starting at 69 cents per square foot, including free underlayment with purchase.
Come on down to Surplus Sales for some great deals.
Everyone has their own tastes, and Kroger has something for the one who likes eating healthy, the one who loves to eat, and the one just learning to eat. From cleaning the plate to cleaning the house, you'll find a brand for everyone in your family. And because everyone loves to save money, our exclusive brands are affordable too. Delicious, delightful, and made just for you. Everything to make your everyday special with our family of brands at Kroger.
You do things to me I can't explain. You make me behave.
If you won Kentucky's Lucky for Life and got $1,000 a day in the mail for the rest of your life, you'd love your mailbox too.
Get ready for a night of music, dance, and merriment with Celtic music ambassadors, the Chieftains. March 9th, EKU Center for the Arts. Choose your seats and print your tickets at home at EKUcenter.com.
I'm WKYT's Barbara Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey.
Well, another in a long line of wild weather days in the books across central and eastern Kentucky. Anywhere from 0 to 9 inches of snow across the area. You don't get to say that too often. And the heaviest snow falling in a very narrow little corridor, but boy, a lot of folks getting thumped. You can see who has snow on the ground on our temperature map. Low 30s, eastern Kentucky, 32 degrees into Mount Sterling, into Moorhead, Jackson 31, 32 for Prestonsburg and Ashland. Again, those are areas that picked up several inches of snow today. We had a couple of inches of snow in Lexington today. It's melting right now with 35 degrees for the current temperature. 35 also into the capital city, Frankfort. Snowflakes are slowly moving on out of town. Chilly weather is going to continue. Chilly by March standards. Spring temperatures start to show up, though, as we work our way into next week. Defender Radar Network, still a flurry or a little area of drizzle out there. This band of some precipitation working from the Indy area toward our region. Notice how it is becoming elongated and it is weakening. So no additional accumulations from that little system diving in from the northwest. Clouds, though, are going to be awfully stubborn through the day tomorrow, especially the first half of the day. You get into the afternoon, and by 5 o'clock, many of us should at least see some peaks of sunshine. Chilly evening for a night out on the town as we usher in the first weekend for the month of March. Let's walk you into that weekend. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, still a little rain or snow shower action as a possibility. Colder eastern Kentucky than everywhere else. You've got the snow that is on the ground. Noontime tomorrow, still a lot of clouds, upper 30s to around 40. Models are trying to say farther north and west that you live, better the chance you see some sun tomorrow. Eastern Kentucky may stay socked into the clouds for the better part of the day. If that's the case, I think you're going to struggle to get out of the 30s. Tomorrow evening, the next system is quickly diving on into town, and by Saturday morning, we have gusty winds. We have maybe a little period of a rain or snow shower to start the day. Then temperatures surge into the upper 40s and low 50s into the afternoon, with a better chance for a shower or two coming down the pike as we go into the afternoon and evening. That one may actually, those showers may actually have a little soft hail with them. freezing level is going to be awfully close to the ground. I'm just thinking that, looking at that model just then coming into Saturday afternoon. A setup like that can typically produce a shower that has a little bit of soft hail. Into your Saturday evening, temperatures drop into the 30s. We hold in the 30s into Sunday morning. Let's rebound those temperatures toward the low and mid 50s by Sunday afternoon with a partly to mostly sunny sky. That's when we start to see a warm up. High pressure across the southeastern seaboard. Low pressure, we're looking at the upper levels of the atmosphere where the jet stream resides. Upper low across Texas. Sandwiched in between can often be a very stormy pattern. That is one the models are hinting at to take place. And several of the model runs, it's a 10-day rain forecast. 10 days, but it's showing the bullseye for some of those showers and thunderstorms to set up across parts of the Bluegrass State. Again, 10-day forecast, most of that coming middle and end of next week and beyond. 7-day forecast, spring arrives next week with the possibility of some thunderstorms. Speaking of thunderstorms, severe weather season is upon us, and tomorrow you can join myself, Jim Caldwell. We're going to be out at Kroger on Richmond Road in Lexington. We have our Midland weather radios that are for sale out there. You can come by. We will program any weather radio that you buy and send you home on your way with one of these.
Worth the money to spend and
without
have in your
question.
home.
You can specify what county you want alerted to, your home county, neighboring counties, or whatever. We'll be there again 4 to 6:30 tomorrow.
Hope a lot of people come out
Absolutely.
and see him. Chris,
Yep.
thank you. Lexington police want to hear from you why they posted an online survey for the community in 7 minutes.
There were days last month we couldn't even open the doors. Now it's time to catch up with up to half off and 3 years 0 interest with no money down. Instant rebates up to $1,500. The snow emergency sale through Tuesday.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
Hi, I need a safe car.
The Camry's really safe. 10 airbags, even has a backup camera.
Wow, that could come in handy.
Bye. Dad!
Gotta keep my little girl safe.
Don't worry, he'll only be like this for another 10 or 15 years.
At least.
Now, during Toyota's One for Everyone sales event, get 0% financing on many of your favorite new Toyotas. Or get a great low lease deal. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com.
Here you go.
Toyota, let's go places.
Enjoy 0% financing for 5 years and free TVs with your qualifying purchase at Sleep Outfitters. Get this Sealy Pillow Top Queen Set with gel foam on sale now for just $4.99 plus a free TV. Save up to 50% off Tempur-Pedic floor models. You heard right, up to half off Tempur-Pedic while supplies last. 0% financing for 5 years, free TVs, store-wide savings, and up to 50% off Tempur-Pedic floor models. Only at Sleep Outfitters.
Government insiders like Chuck Tackett have taken Kentucky in the wrong direction. Tackett was part of government so long, he forgot who he was there to help, the people. Tackett's government salary grew 4 times faster than the average Kentuckians. That's not fair. A better plan for Kentucky? The Philip Pratt Plan. Jobs and higher wages for working people, not politicians. Common sense policies to empower people, not government. Sign the Pratt Plan petition at KentuckyOpportunityCoalition.com.
I grew up in Harlan, but I've lived in Lexington since graduating from UK, and it's given me a real appreciation for what it means to stand for Kentucky. Whether it's a big city or a small town, the people of Kentucky want our state to succeed. And we here at WKYT want to do our part to share the stories of difference makers who make our state a better place to live. I'm WKYT's Barbara Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
A Tempur-Pedic offer like this only happens on Leap Year weekend. Get the all-new Temperflex Hybrid. Plus, all this. All for around $42 a month with the power of 60 months 0 interest through Tuesday.
Nobody beats P-Rats.
New tonight, family members of 5 people, including an unborn child killed in a Clay County crash, say they are relieved. A grand jury has indicted the man police say caused it. Police say Jason Gibson was high on drugs when his car crashed into another car on the Hal Rogers Parkway in December. Judy Pennington Adams, her pregnant granddaughter Tiffany, Tiffany's son Kyson, and family friend Charlene Lewis died in the crash.
When I got the text that he had been indicted, it was like a huge weight had been lifted. Not that any type of punishment that he ever gets is going to be enough, because he took 5 precious lives.
The grand jury indicted Jason Gibson on murder, fetal homicide, and DUI charges. Governor Matt Bevin's administration is suing a Lexington women's clinic claiming it has been performing abortions without a license. The lawsuit was filed against EMW Women's Clinic on Burt Road. The state also claims inspectors found expired medication and some unsanitary conditions inside the clinic. The state wants a judge to order the clinic to stop performing abortions until it's licensed. The clinic has not commented on the lawsuit. New tonight, we have an update on work being done to stop a rock slide that shut down Interstate 75 in Tennessee. The Tennessee Department of Transportation released this video of work being done today. The slide shut down I-75 just south of Jellicoe last Friday. Transportation leaders now expect to reopen the southbound lanes by March 17th and at least one northbound lane by March 24th. They think the work to stop the rock slide will be finished by April 15th. New tonight, an Estill County restaurant that voluntarily closed during a salmonella outbreak in the county has since reopened. Workers at the Eagles Roost Sports Bar and Restaurant in Irvin told us tonight that the business is open again. It closed last month as a precaution. The Estill County Health Department says a recent inspection found no major infractions at the restaurant. Health leaders have still not determined where that outbreak started. Tonight, Lexington police are asking for some feedback from you. They're asking people in Lexington to complete a community survey online. The survey covers multiple topics, including body cameras, crime in the city, and confidence in police. You don't have to give your name for the survey. It will be online until May 1st. We have a link for you at WKYT.com. Rob is up next with all the March Madness.
The UK women getting the postseason going this afternoon. We'll wrap it up and more region action going right down to the wire tonight. All the highlights are next in sports.
Get WKYT news and weather updates on News Radio 630 WLAP.
Change is taking root in Frankfort. We need a voice that'll be heard. Daniel Elliott is the conservative for Boyle and Casey counties. Dedicated to protect our God-given freedoms from Obama liberals, Daniel will ensure government is held accountable and our Kentucky values are protected. Daniel Elliott will fight government overreach that's crippled our economy. We need a strong voice. On Tuesday, March 8th, vote Daniel Elliott for state representative.
Getting to the top is always a challenge. However, if you drive the award-winning Jeep Grand Cherokee or the versatile Jeep Cherokee, you'll realize the top is just the beginning. One drive and you'll discover why the Jeep brand continues to be the best-selling SUV brand.
Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is $144 million, and Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $40 million.
Right now at Papa John's, get one of our best deals ever. For just $9.99, you can get any large pizza with up to 5 toppings. Pile on your favorites with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
Backed by super PACs in Washington, Philip Pratt is waging a toxic Washington-style campaign of distortion and lies. The truth? Chuck Tackett is no rubber stamp. Farmer, Frankfurt outsider, and servant leader, Chuck Tackett will stand up to the career politicians, take on establishment insiders, and fight for us. On Tuesday, reject Philip Pratt and his Washington super PAC's toxic campaign. Vote Chuck Tackett. Farmer, Frankfurt outsider.
At the end of the broadcast, I'm most proud of what we have done as a team. This is the ultimate team sport, television news, and all of the people that have contributed to that night's broadcast, people who have risked their lives to tell the news and to deliver to the American people the highest quality news broadcast in the world today. That is a very satisfying feeling.
I'm Bill Nolker, and I'm running to be your state representative. As a former Navy fighter pilot, I have many times been sent into battle in service of my country. Flying into combat, I didn't care whether the commander-in-chief or my wingman was a Democrat or a Republican. What I did care about was successfully completing the mission. I'm running because the people of Boyle and Casey County want that same kind of leadership. They want a leader that understands their needs and represents their values. I'm asking for your vote on March 8th because I want to be your voice. Vote Nolker, March 8th. Duty, honor, service.
Right now at Papa John's, get one of our best deals ever. For just $9.99, you can get any large pizza with up to 5 toppings. Pile on your favorites with up to 5 toppings for just $9.99.
Better ingredients, better pizza. PapaJohns.com.
The postseason underway for the UK women's team, and the Cats hopeful of making a run in the SEC tournament in Jacksonville. This afternoon, they led LSU by 12 at the half, built that lead to 20 in the fourth quarter. LSU came back, cut it all the way to 8. Michaela Epps and Janae Thompson, 17 apiece, but Epps went to the bench with a sore knee. Now, the game was never really in doubt. Christy Thomas is down in Jacksonville.
Kentucky opened this game scoring 14 unanswered in the first period, and that grew to a 20-point lead. But just like in their regular season meeting, LSU rallied in the fourth and cut it to 8.
We really have to get our attitudes right and get our attitude and our effort right on defense, or our stay will be short, and none of the players want that to happen, I'm sure. And so, tomorrow's a real stern test for us, and we'll have to come with our best attitude and our best effort.
People start getting foul trouble and people's attitudes start getting negative, and that's something we've been avoiding lately, and we don't need to go back down that route that we did earlier in the season. And I feel like we've matured, and we'll come back tomorrow, better attitudes and a lot more hustle.
She had 17 points, but Michaela Epps sat the last 5 minutes of this ball game. She says as a precaution because she plans on being here for several more days. She says she'll be ready to go tomorrow against Florida. In Jacksonville, Christy Thomas, WKYT.
Thank you, Christy. Men's OVC tournament in Nashville, Morehead State and Murray State. Xavier Moon faking, going baseline, but the Eagles playing from behind early. Anthony Alici takes the pass down low, the basket and the foul. Morehead was down 7 at the half, but the Eagles come back. They come back. Yes, they've won 7 straight, 75-66. Dunbar and Madison Southern in the 11th region. The Eagles go on a mini run. Michael Jefferson with a career night, 23 points and 10 rebounds. And then Jefferson feeding to Tanner Kidwell. A 9-point lead down to 1. Kidwell, the layup and 1. Dunbar turns to one of its stars, Darius Williams. Tough shot for Williams. He got it to go. And then the Bulldogs take over. Williams out of the corner. 24 for Darius. Tavion Hollingsworth would score 23. He hits there. Dunbar winning by 10, 72-62. Henry Clay, a heavy favorite against Woodford County in the nightcap. The Blue Devils open the game on a 9-0 run. Leander Ridgway with the one-hander from the stripe. He had 13 tonight. Keegan Stromberg has been solid for the Jackets all year. He had 10 on the evening. Isaiah Tisdale is an all-star. The southpaw had a baker's dozen. The 3 there is good. No trouble for the Blue Devils, 72-41. Out of the 12th region, a close one between Boyle County and Wayne County. 15 seconds to go. Wayne County down 4. Trey Blevins keeps the Cardinals alive with a 3. After 2 free throws, 6 seconds on the clock. It is Blevins again to tie the game, and it goes to overtime, tied at 63. In OT, the Rebels would regroup and take control. Matt Cox tips back the miss, and Boyle County wins it 78-71. The other matchup in the 12th, West Jessamine and Casey County. First quarter, Isaiah Okeson taking aim for the Colts. His 3 gives West Jess the early lead. From one number 0 to another, Casey County's DJ White, strong move to score. Back to West Jess, Sia Holyfield driving, getting the basket and the whistle, but it's going to be a Rebels versus Rebels semifinal. Casey County wins it 90-68. On to football, Andy Boo will be Kentucky's special teams coach in the upcoming season. He is in his second year on the UK staff. Boo came in last season to coach outside linebackers. Last year, Mark Stoops did not identify a special teams coach. It was handled by the staff. And Steve Klingsdale introduced today as Kentucky's new defensive backs coach. He comes in from Cincinnati. He is already familiar with many of the players he'll coach.
Probably 70% of the players in my room I actually recruited, or I knew them before they got here. So it was actually a pretty easy transition. Only about 4 guys I didn't know. But yes, I learned some things about the players, about what's expected of them here, what coach expects, you know, how they've been taught, the detailed and being perfectionists.
And keep it right here. Matt Jones on Alex Poythress, Kentucky senior. That's next.
It's Furniture World Superstore's biggest tax refund sale ever. Now's a great time to redecorate your home because Furniture World stretches your tax refund with huge savings store-wide. Plus, 2 years interest-free. Now at Furniture World, use your tax refund to refurnish your living room or dining room. Update your bedroom. Sleep better on a comfortable new mattress. We're serious about saving you big money. Get huge tax refund savings. Plus, it's interest-free for 2 full years. So hurry in and save during our biggest tax refund sale ever. Now at all 5 Furniture World Superstore locations.
This new DQ chicken bruschetta is a high-end Italian sports car. No, actually, it's oven-hot focaccia bread, a balsamic glaze. It's a high-end Italian
romance.
No, it's chopped tomatoes and herbs. It's a high-end Italian
Fashion.
It's a high-end Italian sandwich.
I like sandwich.
The new DQ Bakes Chicken Bruschetta, a premium Italian sandwich at a not-so-premium price. Hot out of the oven, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Philip Pratt, a proud grandfather, a loving and caring family man, a hard-working small business owner, someone who knows how to grow jobs and change the landscape in Frankfurt. Philip Pratt will hold government accountable responsibly, fight Obama's crippling government overreach on our agriculture economy, and preserve our Kentucky heritage in Owen and Scott County. On Tuesday, March 8th, vote Philip Pratt for state representative.
What's the biggest thing in home comfort? Fayette Heating and Air, the largest HVAC company in central Kentucky. When your system needs service, bigger is better. That's because they have more than 70 vehicles on the road. So there's one near your home 24/7, 365. Call to schedule your complete system checkup, only $59. For expert service day or night, everywhere in central Kentucky.
If you've been injured in an automobile accident, don't give a written or recorded statement until you speak to us. Visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Test drive the all-new 2016 Chevy Silverado. See your Kentucky Select Chevy dealer today.
Come to the Flooring Gallery and let's find the perfect floor together. The Flooring Gallery, your home's best friend.
Young or old, all over Kentucky, we all stand for the same commonwealth. A commonwealth of families, natural beauty, and a pride in ourselves. I'm WKYT's Rebecca Smith, and I stand for Kentucky.
WKYT's First Alert Weather follows you wherever you go, on TV, online, on your phone, and throughout the day on News Radio WLAP. Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
Kentucky's Alex Poythress was named second-team academic All-American today, a great honor for the young man who's delivered 4 wonderful years to Kentucky. It's interesting to think about Alex Poythress and how he'll be remembered at UK. Like Darius Miller, he's a 4-year starter that has had moments of greatness, and he's been a key part of some really good teams. He's also been disappointing at times as well. He never quite got to the level that we hoped, but fans love him, and this honor today shows in part why. Alex Poythress graduated last year, came back, is getting a master's degree, and has always been a great student. He came to Kentucky with his twin sister. Both of them have excelled, and they are an example of exactly what you want in a college student. Sometimes it's easy to just think about basketball. That's how we know these kids. But this is college. And even though Kentucky has a lot of one-and-dones, they also have kids who stay the entire 4 years. And there's not a better example of a player and a student than Alex Poitras. When you honor him on Saturday, you're going to think about his basketball, but also think about what happened off the court, where he's a great example for all the kids of Kentucky. I'm Matt Jones, and this has been Overtime.
Matt, thank you. All right, tomorrow, much better? A little bit better?
Has to get better, right? Tomorrow morning, you're going to be a little on the grouchy side on the emoji cast because you know what? You're going to wake up. It's cold. Still some flurries around. Maybe a peak of sun into the afternoon. Gets a little better on Saturday with still a shower chance, some afternoon sunshine. Sunday looks a lot better. We'll use the shades on Sunday as a sign of things to come.
I like the Sunday emoji. Thanks so much for watching tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.